This is Financial Straight Talk with Jim Fox.
Welcome back into this week's edition of Financial Straight Talk. As always, it's powered by Wadadley Financial Group, alongside the founder, president, and investment advisor rep, Mr. Jim Fox. Oh, by the way, he is also the star of the show. He's the Financial Straight Talker himself, and he is certainly the most handsome man in the room. My name's Kevin McAlpin. Appreciate you being with us here on the program. And Jim, we talked about it early on, and I know you're a country music guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I grew up on it, man. I literally never heard the Beatles growing up, other than at friends' houses, sure. Right? Didn't hear any of this stuff. It was 100. I'll never forget. I played Boy George Culture Club, and my dad said, "Turn that crap off, get that off." And I grew up on the old school George Jones and Waylon Jennings, Dolly Parton, you name it. Elvis was as far rock as my mom would go.
Okay,
so so I grew up on this stuff,
and it is amazing too when you think about how the cycles sort of go through. Right? There's some folks that say, well, some of the country music you hear these days, it's not what it used to be, but there are still musicians today that have that sort of that outlaw vibe.
Yeah,
right?
Zach Top, man. He's just one great example. Yeah. I mean, he's a 90s country guy all day long. When you hear him, it sounds like you're listening back in the 90s. Yeah,
no doubt about it. Well, some would say that they don't make music like they used to, and one of those folks who certainly still going strong here now at 80 years young is Dolly Parton. I know she's one of your all-time favorites.
Yeah, it's great.
Let me give you a couple of stats on Dolly. 11 Grammys, 10 CMAs, 3 Emmys, and a slew of other awards covering her career. It probably doesn't surprise a lot of our listeners, right?
Yeah.
But the fact she's still going strong at 80 years old, well, I got to tell you, Jim, it certainly makes it worthwhile to listen to what Miss Dolly Parton has to say.
Everybody said, well, you're 80 years old. You're going to be 80 years old. I said, well, so what? Look at all I've done in 80 years. I just feel like I'm just getting started. I know that sounds stupid, but I think there's a lot to be said about age. If you allow yourself to get old, you will. And people say, well, how come you don't seem to get old? I said, because I ain't got time to get old. I ain't got time to dwell on that. That's not what I'm thinking about. I think, what? They're going to celebrate me being 80? Not that anybody would want to celebrate that. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. New things will come. And whatever comes, I'll give it my best.
Yeah, and isn't that amazing when you think about it? I don't have time to get old. And that should be on a T-shirt, shouldn't it?
It really should. and I'm going to look this up right now, but I had a chance to interview Ray Stevens, right?
Okay, yeah.
You're younger, and I'm sure you didn't grow up in a country family the way I did.
Not in suburban Philadelphia, no.
He would do The Streak, the Holy Squirrel Revival. Like, he did all the funny, country songs. Yeah. I interviewed him last year in Nashville, right, in 2025. 86 years old, man.
Wow.
And same story as Dolly, right? There's just something about, and it's, tell me that voice doesn't do it for you.
It's the best.
Right? Isn't it the best? I mean, she is just, it's one of those things that reminds you what Meemaw should be, right? I mean, I never had a Meemaw growing up. I feel bad about it. I wanted a Meemaw, but I had grandmas, right?
Yeah.
And you can take so much away from that because we have a gentleman who rode his bike from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, with his son, that's cool, dude. And he was in his 70s.
Wow. That's
right?
incredible.
Like, you're only as old as you allow yourself to be.
Right.
Yet I have people that come in and they're 61 years old, and I'm not sure they're going to survive the walk back to the parking lot, right? And so there's health issues, and there's all kinds of stuff that goes along with this. We know that we only have so much time, right? The problem is we don't know how much time that is, and that's the issue. If you guys can find your expiration date and get it to me, I can dial in a plan that you will be so happy with. But because we don't have expiration dates, and I have looked everywhere for mine, we have to think that you may live longer than you think you are. And it's crazy because there was a stat, and it's anything about statistics, right? I can create a statistic to prove anything I want.
Sure.
But it was interesting because it said something like, if you live another 5 years, good luck dying in your 80s because medical advancements are going to get you into your 90s, right? So we've got to make sure that when we're planning, we need to think about retirement may be longer than you anticipate. I wish we had, I guess it would be TV at this point, but I wish we had the ability for you guys to see what I'm about to do. But remember the bell curve? I remember it well from school because that's how I passed a few of my classes along the way.
Same.
It's like, woo, I got a C. Yeah. Actually, I got a 54, but we had to bring it up because of the bell curve. But in retirement, those early years, it's kind of like, think of it as like a little bump that you're going over, right? Well, if you retire at 65, The top of that bump might be 80, right? Or might be 75. That means that you're going to spend most of your money between 65 and say 75 or 80, right? Depending on your health conditions.
Sure.
So we need to plan that. That's where we're going to spend most of our money doing things. Now, the downfall to that is as we go down, we get older, health could kick in and we have to deal with health expenses and stuff like that. But the reality is that nobody knows how long they're going to live. So when I sit down with people, they're always kind of put back when I say, hey, I'm looking at this out to age 85. I'm never going to make it there. Okay, well, maybe you're right. My mom died at 60. Well, she just turned 64. Wow. My dad died at 67, right? Now, does that mean I'm going to die at 67 or 68, or am I going to live to 85? I don't know the answer to that, right? Mm-hmm. And you might say, well, I've got really bad health, and my wife doesn't. Well, nothing says she doesn't die first either, right? Like you have to have a plan that makes sense if good things happen and if bad things happen, right? And this is where, God, I love my wife sometimes, but she drives me crazy. You're always looking at the negative. You always are planning for the worst case scenario. I'm like, go out and buy 4 ketchups. We don't need 4. Have you seen how much our son freebases on a daily basis? I'm that guy, right? Yeah. I got food. I think more strategically in the things that I do. So when it comes to retirement, that's what we're thinking about. How can we enjoy life for as long as possible, even if you live longer than you think you're going to live? And see, here's the problem that I have, and I promise you, this show this week, I've decided I'm not going to get all elevated and crazy, and I've done good. But
keeping the blood pressure under control.
But I need more. I need lisinopril because I feel like it's coming on right now. This is where I go crazy over our industry because they sell things to people based on age. They say, well, you're old, so you shouldn't have a risky investment. That's not true either. You can be old with risky investments if you're a person that can handle the risk. If you're 30 and you have risk aversion, we should not have you in risky stuff at 30, right? Mm-hmm. This custom approach to retirement shouldn't be a thing. I wrote an article, I don't know if it's for Forbes or Fortune or one of those places. I wrote it in 2014. I think it was 2014. And it was called The Herd Mentality. And another one that I wrote was called When Common Sense Investing Doesn't Make Sense Anymore, right? Mm-hmm. And the whole point is this industry hasn't changed. They keep doing the same stuff. They keep putting the people in the same herd. They keep using the same non-common sense. Why is it 2026? And here we are today talking about the need of a customized plan. Then we need a customized plan in 2022?
Sure.
Or 2021 or 2019? See, this is the issues that I have. So when I sit down and hear someone like Dolly, and I know you cynics, of course not. She's got all the money in the world. Dude, Dolly is amazing.
Yeah.
She gives, I don't know what the numbers, millions of books away to kids every year. She opens up Dolly World, which is wild for me. I went one time, really cool place.
Yeah.
So kids can go for free. I mean, it is just, she loves what she does. And I know you're thinking, Jim, you took this a completely different way. I'm going to wrap it up for you real quick. Why? Because some of you folks out there need to realize that if you retire and 63 years old and you sit your butt on the recliner like my dad did, you're going to wake up dead. Mm-hmm. Just a matter of time. My dad sat in the same mauve, purpley looking recliner, and we would come in, and every day he was sitting in that watching Jerry Springer, watching Maury Povich, watching this. And my dad got older and older and older. And then one day, Pastor Dale called him up and said, Brother Jim, I need you to come to the church. I need you to come help me build a baptismal booth. And my dad went in. And boy, he got lit up. He was excited. And he lived his life from 62 to 67 because he was doing something with himself. He was having fun.
Found purpose.
He found a purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what this is about, man. I don't care if you call me. I don't care if you invest with me. Invest with Joe Blow down the street, could care less. I want you to enjoy retirement. You worked your butt off. You spent 40 years of your life working 40 hours a week to live on 40% of what you couldn't live on in the beginning anyway. Mm-hmm. Let's go have fun. Let's go enjoy ourselves. Let's have purpose. But to do that, you need a plan that makes sense. That's what we do. We sit down and we put together a plan that just works for you, not your cousin, not your neighbor, but for you. Whatever you're thinking that makes you unique, but people don't want to address it, call us. That's what we do. We figure these things out. I highly doubt you're dealing with a situation that I haven't seen before, but I will take that challenge. All right? Come in, give us a call. Now, one thing I did say at the beginning, I want to remind now, if you don't agree with me that Dolly Parton is one of the greatest country music people and one of the greatest humans on the planet, I want you to call my staff and I'm going to harass them. I want you to call and say, Jim's an idiot, and hang up on him, okay? And we're going to tally that up for you guys.
Okay.
But in all seriousness, all you have to do is pick up the phone. We're here to help show you exactly what path you're on, and does it make sense to shift to another path or stay on the one that you're on? The end result is this. Look, God didn't make junk. God wants you to go out and love. And I'm not trying to get churchy on you. I just want you to know that this is it. You don't know if you're going to be like my dad, who retired at 62 and died at 67, or my mom, who retired at around 62 and a half and died at 64. I don't know what's going to happen to you, but I know that whatever time you have, maximize it. Love every minute of it. Don't get old. Fight it to the end. I had a friend of mine, I love Stephanie, if you're listening, I from high school. Her mom passed away this past few weeks ago of cancer. One of the last pictures she had was mom in the bed throwing the middle finger up. And I love it because she lived her life that way, and I love every minute of it. Wow. Guys, we're here to help. We're here to make sense of the noise. All you have to do is give us a call. 321-414-7526. Again, 321-414-PLAN.
Yeah, if you're looking for more details on finding that sense of purpose once you get into retirement, or maybe you're just looking to put a plan together that lasts for a 30, 40-year retirement, maybe even longer, Jim Fox and the team at Wadadley Financial Group, they are here to help, and we do have teammates standing by right now to get you on his calendar. Again, folks, that number is 321-414-7526, 321-414-PLAN, or online anytime. It's getfst.com. It stands for Financial Straight Talk. It's what you get on this show each and every week. Getfst.com. Before we run out of time on this week's show, sir, the floor is once again all yours for the final word.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, guys, every week, Kevin and I say the same thing. We know that you have tons of options when it comes to getting financial information, and we're just honored to be one of those resources. So like he said, if there's anything we can do, pick up the phone, give us a call. We're standing by to help you out. But with all that being said, on behalf of myself and Mr. Kevin Mack, I want to thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Financial Straight Talk.
Thanks for listening to Financial Straight Talk with Jim Fox. To learn more, visit getfst.com.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Wadadley Financial Group. Wadadley Financial Group is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth LLC IPW, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Wadadley Financial Group are not subject to investment advisor requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This show is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. Wadadley Financial Group is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any government agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Wadadley Financial Group.